So hi there guys and welcome back to Boat McGrill. Well, it's time for yet another fun DIY video here in McGrill. As you know, I haven't been up here much lately because I have too much other stuff to do. But now we're finally up here again and it's time to keep on working with the floors so that I can come to a point where it's time to start to build the new cabin sole. So first of all, what's going to have to do here is to just level off the floors as they are right now so that I get a leveled floor in here. When I did cut and mounted this floor, I made them a little bit too low, and therefore I'm going to glue in a little new support and fiberglass over that. I also got some stuff where the kitchen area is. That I need to remove, 2 old through holes and a support for a water pump, foot water pump. I don't know if I'm gonna have a foot water pump in here or just gonna go electrical, but the mount for that is absolutely in the way as it is now right now, so I have to remove that. After all that is done, it's time to start measuring out the new floor in here. I have 2 areas here on the sides that's old wooden supports for the old floor. That's gonna have to be changed. I'm gonna put in the same type of material that I used for the 2 floors in here. That's gonna be closed cell foam with fiberglass on both sides. I'm gonna glue and screw that in. Let us level off the floors and see where we need to go. So another little thing, instead of rebuilding this forward part, this aft part here is actually in the right height compared to the supports on both sides here. This one I cut a little bit low, and that might tend to be a problem. What I'm gonna do is take one of these and cut about here, and then make sure that with the straight edge, make sure that they are high. This one is high enough. Fix it to this floor on this side with some thickened polyester resin. That's just a easy fix. The best thing would actually be to remove the floor, rebuild it and put back, but that's too much of a hassle, so I think this will work too. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to use a couple of this soft material here to build up a couple of supports, glue those together. When I find a place, I'm gonna have that under so that it doesn't slip down when I glue them in here. So what I've done right here is I mixed up some polyester with some of this silica to thicken it up. So guys, now when that's done, it's a couple of days later, and we're back up here. The thickened polyester I've used have all cured, and it's just time to remove the tapes, fill up the gaps between where the tape were, and then remove the supports that I glued in with a glue gun. After that, just use a straight edge and level off on the starboard port directions. Make sure that everything is okay there. It's actually the first time ever I've seen this happen. It looks like it's cracked up in here, and it's kind of didn't really stick too well to the part here, and therefore that's the reason to why I'm going to go over this like that with a couple of pieces of fiberglass just from around here to here later on, just to make sure that everything is staying put right in there. Reason to why I use this straight edge right here is because I do want to make sure that this piece of foam in here are actually all the way just as straight as it can be. So then, time to mix up some thickened polyester, and of course wipe this off with some acetone. Fire up this last bits and pieces, and then tomorrow come in and put on a couple of layers of fiberglass on top of this. So that will be all for tonight. I hope that this will be curing to tomorrow. I believe so. And yeah, just come back in here and see how everything is doing. So then, guys, I prepared this areas already. Came in here, it had cured really good since yesterday, and I sanded off everything here. Cut a couple of pieces of fiberglass to wrap this area, and of course it's all cleaned off with acetone twice. Now I'm just gonna mix up some polyester and then start do the fiberglassing here. 200 milliliters of polyester and then some hardener to that. So by that support is actually done, so to speak, that it's leveled off. Also the more aft one is leveled off towards this one and to the outer edges, which means that it's right now the floor will be level in here. I have an area up here where I sit, where I have to level off. I don't think that will be a big issue because that's already as close as it can get. What's left for me to do here now this week is to clean up here, clean my tools, and then get back home and start to render this movie. So if you like what I'm doing here on Boat McGrill, please consider giving me a like, a thumbs up, hit the subscription button down on your right side, and of course put the notification bell of all so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you like to, please consider writing a little comment down below and check out my links and stuff to Patreon, PayPal if you would like to support this channel in any way. I would be really happy and consider that a great favor from you as a viewer if you like to. Take care everyone out there, and of course let's meet back here next week. So by that, take care. Bye everyone.